We're going to find the rth term of the binomial expansion of a plus b to the nth. This is 15.4b. If you haven't seen 15.4a, you might become confused, and there's a link to it in the description along with the other previous videos for chapter 15. So here's the binomial theorem from our previous video. You should be familiar with this. And it says for any binomial a plus b and any whole number n, we have this nice long drawn out formula here. And looking at the theorem, the r plus 1th term is n choose r, see? Then we have a, and then we do n minus r, b to the r, see? The first term is n choose 0. Then we have a to the nth minus 0, so we don't see that here. But that's how it would be, and then it would be b to the 0. See that? The second term is n choose 1. So notice that it says the second term, and then that's a 1. The first term, and that's a 0. The third term, and that's a 2. Do you notice that the r is 1 less than the term we're looking for? Do you see that? Then we have n minus 2, b to the second power. See that? The sixth term is n choose 5. See that? So whatever term we're looking for, we know our r is going to be 1 less. And you need to remember the number of combinations of a set of n objects taken r at a time is, this is n choose r equals n factorial divided by r factorial times n minus r factorial. That was back in video 15.3a, if you missed it. Okay, you're going to need this. So we can find the 7th term of 4x minus y squared raised to the 9th power. The 7th term is the r plus 1th term. And to get 7, we'd have to do 6 plus 1 to have that 7th term, wouldn't we? So we know our r is going to be a 6. Our n is going to be a 9. Our a in this formula is going to be the 4x, and our b is going to be the negative y squared. See? So the r is 1 less than the term we're looking for. See that? So here we've got our formula. All right? We're going to plug this information into here, and we know the n choose r is this, isn't it? It's this part of the formula. So we're going to do 9 choose 6, 9 choose 6. Here's our a, our 4x, and we need to do n minus r, so it's going to be 9 minus 6. Then here's our b, our negative y squared, and it's going to be raised to the 6th power. See that? We write the n choose r as 9 factorial divided by 6 factorial times 9 minus 6 factorial. Here we've got our a. 9 minus 6 is a 3, so it's raised to the 3rd power. See that? And we've got our negative y squared raised to the 6th power. We can write the 9 factorial with a factor of 6 factorial and cancel these out. So we're left with 9 times 8 times 7 divided by 3 factorial. We know 3 factorial is a 6. So that's going to be 504 divided by 6. Well, 4x raised to the 3rd power is 4x times 4x times 4x, isn't it? That's going to give us a 64x to the 3rd power. We multiply these, the 2 times 6. It's an even exponent, so we know that's going to be a positive y to the 12th. Now we multiply the 84 times 64, and we get 5,376, and x to the 3rd power, y to the 12th. And that's the 7th term of 4x minus y squared raised to the 9th power. Okay, let me back up a little bit so you can see what we did here. See? Okay, let's try another one. We can find the 4th term of x minus 3 raised to the 8th power. So we're looking for the 4th term, so we're going to do the r plus 1th term. That means r is going to be a 3, isn't it? So we know our r is a 3, we know our n is an 8, it's right here. The a is going to be the x, and the b is going to be the negative 3. We're going to put it into this formula, and our n choose r is going to be written like this with factorials, isn't it? So we've got 8 choose 3, Here's our a. It's an x. And we need to do n minus r. So that's 8 minus 3, right? So that's going to give us a 5 for our exponent. Then the negative 3 is going to have r for an exponent. So it's negative 3 to the third power. We can write this 8 factorial with a factor of 5 factorial, because 8 minus 3 is 5. Okay, we can cancel those out. And we're left with 8 times 7 times 6 divided by 3 factorial, which is a 6. So we have 336 divided by 6. Here we have x to the 5th power, and negative 3 to the 3rd power gives us a negative 27. Now, when we divide this, we get a 56. We need to multiply this by the negative 27, and we get negative 1,512 x to the 5th power. And that's the 4th term of x minus 3 to the 8th power. Let me back up again for you so you can see what happened here. All right. Let's try another one. We're going to find the 3rd term of a plus b to the 6th. The 3rd term is the r plus 1th term, so it's going to be 2 plus 1, isn't it? So we know r is 2. We know n is a 6. It's right there. Our a is an a. Our b is a b. That's pretty simple. It's going to be in this formula. So that means we have 6 choose 2. And then we have a to the 6 minus 2. And then b squared. See? Because that's the r. We can write it as 6 times 5 times 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 6 minus 2 factorial. That's going to give us a 4. We can cancel that 4 out with that 4 factorial. That leaves us with 6 times 5 divided by 2 factorial, which is a 30 divided by 2. Over here, we've got a 4 for our exponent, 6 minus 2. We've got a 2 here. So that means we have a to the 4th b squared. All we have to do is divide this, and we get 15 a to the 4th b squared as the 3rd term of a plus b to the 6th power. And we did this in the previous video with Pascal's triangle. The exponents are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know it's this line. And look, we have a 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, and 1 as our coefficients. 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, and 1 as the coefficients. And we know that a is going to start at 6 and go decrease down towards 0, and b is going to start at 0 and increase up to 6. See? Our 3rd term is 15a to the 4th b squared, just like we got here, 15a to the 4th b squared. See? So using Pascal's triangle or just using algebra, see? We found it. All right? I'm going to try one more difficult one. I'm going to find the middle 2 terms of the square root of x plus the square root of 3 raised to the 5th power. Now, it says the middle 2 terms, and we see a 5 here. So we know there's going to be 6 terms because of that 5. There's going to be 1 more. And we want the 3rd and 4th as the middle 2. If there's 6 terms, and we want the middle 2 terms, then we must want the 3rd and 4th one. So, because we want the 3rd term, r is going to be 2. It's going to be 1 less, isn't it? So we know n is 5. We know a is x squared, is the square root of x. And we know b is going to be the square root of 3. And using this formula and writing the n choose r as factorials, this is what we get. We get 5 choose 2 times the square root of x, and it's raised to the 5 minus 2. It's going to give us a 3 over here, isn't it? And then the square root of 3 is raised to the 2nd power, all right? So we've got 5 choose 2. We've got 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 5 minus 2. So that's going to be a 3, isn't it? We can write the 5 factorial with a factor of 3 factorial, cancel them out. We end up with 5 times 4, which is a 20, over 2 factorial, which is a 2. That's going to give us a 10. On this side, we got the square root of x raised to the 3rd power. That's going to give us x times the square root of x, isn't it? And we've got the square root of 3 to the 2nd power. That's just going to give us a 3. And if you forgot how to do this, we did it back in Algebra 1 in Chapter 11, and I'll have a link to Chapter 11 in the description so you can scan through the videos and remind yourself how to do that, okay? So here we've got 3 times 10, which is 30, x square root of x. See? for the third term. Now we need the fourth term, so we need to do it again. So now we're going to let r equal a 3 for the fourth term, one less, right? So here r equals 3, n equals 5, because it's raised to the fifth power. And our a is the square root of x, our b is the square root of 3. And we put it in. We've got a 5 minus 3, so now that's going to be the square root of x squared, isn't it? And that's going to be raised to the third power. We write the 5 factorial with a factor of 3 factorial and cancel them out. We end up with our 20 over 2 again, which is a 10. Here, we've got the square root of x raised to the second power and the square root of 3 raised to the third power. That's going to give us just an x, and that's going to give us 3 square root of 3. We multiply the 3 times the 10, we get a 30x square root of 3 for our fourth term. So the two middle terms are 30x square root of x and 30x square root of 3. See? And if this was really confusing, just go back and watch the previous ones that we did over here and see how we applied it just using radicals, okay? So let me back up a little bit so you can see what we did here. And this is all one problem. And we just plugged it in here, and then we wrote it as factorials. And we did the same thing that we did over here, okay? We just have radicals. It's not that big of a deal, okay? Our very next lesson is going to be binomial expansion, 15.4c. I'm going to use the binomial theorem to expand powers of binomials, all right? I hope you're doing well, and I hope you were able to follow along. I hope I explained it well enough. If you understood, please hit the like button, or you can comment and say hello, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.